turn your phone down.
Going.
So, to start this off, we actually get to play the game.
You know, I'm not 100% sure though.
I don't know. I think this might be a troll. Who is Hey? But you know, if she,
I mean, I know a meth clown that goes, hey,
everybody. But you know, so here's the deal, guys. Throughout the show, if this person ends up being a troll,
we will play our game.
You can bring them up real fast.
I mean,
but if you're not a troll, that's good.
Yeah, if you're not a troll, cool.
If you're not a troll, cool, man.
When I see what the hell
is going on,
I'm confused.
I'm so confused. I'm like, so, your girlfriend, I'm so sorry, Andy.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Hey, how are you doing? I'm so sorry. We tend to have trolls. So
we do, yeah.
So let me explain the game here with the troll. And I know you're not a troll now.
We realize you're not a troll. Andy is one of our supporters forever. And if you know what? If you're with him, you're with us. Welcome, girl. Welcome.
So the game is, if you turn out to be a troll and you come in here and troll us, what we're going to do is we are going to put you completely on blast. And then we're going to ask people who want to play the game, and they can message us privately when we ask them which one of the X members this might be. And if we're all thinking the same thing, and we all come in and are on everything, you'll get merch. And we'll put that X member on blast.
Although I still owe some merch to somebody. But I'm making it up to her. I got in the paint. Nadine, if you see this, I got the paint in last night, and I'm gonna finally start.
Yeah.
I'm making for those that don't know, some of our prizes are pretty rad. Nadine is getting some white Doc Martens, extra thick soles.
What do you mean white?
They're white Doc Martens.
Here we go.
Oh, stop. They are all white Docs with the extra thick soles, and they will have all of our logos on it.
Shit, I need some of those.
I know. It's so funny. Somebody gave them to me and they don't fit me. And I hit her up and I was like, what size do you wear? And they happen to be the right size for her.
That's awesome.
And I was like, rad. Okay, I'm going to be doing this. And these are yours. Especially since it took us so long to get your prize out. I want to make sure to make those up.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So now that I got the paint, I did tell her it's going to take a while. But now that I got the paint, I'm going to do all of our logos on these shoes. It's going to be like splatter and punk style. And like, I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, we haven't got a sex bot here yet in a while.
Hey!
On the back of the left shoe, you should write Raz says fuck you. Just, you know,
No. Raz says suck it.
Raz says suck it.
That's better.
And then on the other one. Wait.
Right.
I feel like it's been so long I forgot my catchphrase.
The Guatemalan one. We put something Guatemalan kids or
Guatemalan kids say hi.
Hi on one of them, and Raz says suck it on the other.
There you go.
Can I write Andy on the bottom of one of them?
See, and then it'll be the most metal boots you're gonna get, Nadine. I'm not kidding on this one.
I'm so excited to finally get started on these. I have been waiting for this paint. In fact,
ow,
what?
Babe.
How did I hurt you?
What are you getting?
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's have awkward silence right now while Aka does stuff. Look at what?
I got the paints. They're acrylic paint markers, and there are 20 different colors, ranging from metallic to brights and normal basic colors. And they are so exciting.
Babe.
They are.
What?
That's a good brand though too, man.
I'm very excited right now. Hey, William.
Hey, William. She can't hear you, Raz.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
she
what?
took her headphones out. He said it was a good brand.
Yeah, that's a good brand too, man.
I know.
Good ones.
I'm
the shit out of those before.
stoked. All I need to do, the only thing I need to do is get a top coat to because I found one. So the only thing I really need to do is get the top coat. So
gotcha.
But I found one. I also found another brand that says it's better for leather. So whatever, hellbent for leather. Let's do this.
Hellbent for leather.
I saw his balls during that song.
Yeah.
I remember that conversation.
Hey, William!
Hey, William.
This is the Mad Butcher, guys,
Wait.
from Silo of Screams.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
All right. So
Not too bad.
Nadine, I love watching all your videos. I'm going to go back and watch more.
At a hardcore show. Oh, she's at a real hardcore show then if she's in New York, because that's where hardcore started.
Mhm. It was actually pretty cool. Some of the videos she went live with already.
Oh, that's fucking rad.
Hell yeah.
Judas Priest.
Judas Iscariot, one of the coolest black metal bands ever.
And
They're-
then wait,
Actually,
and then
look at
there's me going.
I heard about them by accident, actually.
who, Judas Iscariot?
Judas,
He's a
Judas.
solo artist. He's an American, and he lives in where does he live? I think he lives in not. Where's Transylvania at? What's the country that's in? Again, was it Hungary?
Romania.
Romania. There, he lives in Romania.
How is that American?
He's
Yeah.
American who lives in Romania and he
Oh.
records there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Sorry, I said that all
Of
wrong.
course, my brain right now is still going Judas, Judas, Judas.
I really missed you guys, man.
I told you our meeting last night. I was like, we're back. And you're like, I just want to do shows. I was like, we're back.
We're back.
I was like, get it. I was like, yo, you come in
Oh,
here
he
and
lives
hang
in
out.
Budapest.
Budapest.
Really?
No, he's talking about Judas Iscariot, I think. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Budapest. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Transylvania
You're
he
right.
was
You're right.
talking about.
Budapest.
Budapest is in Austria. There you go.
No.
Yes.
No.
Where is it at? I thought Budapest was in Austria.
Are
Are we looking this?
Definitely
It's
around
over
there.
there across the Atlantic. That's where it's at.
Hungary.
You're
Yeah.
hungry. I just
It's in
ate.
Hungary.
I'm a starving.
Budapest.
Raz, we need to tell you something. When we start doing some conventions and stuff like that,
Thank you.
we're gonna-
Hungary.
we're gonna break.
I like how it's not Hungary. Sorry.
So we're gonna this place we went to right before Sancho's Tacos. So good.
I have to show y'all pictures.
Tri-tips
California tacos.
Well, they had tri-tip asada fries. You don't even know, bro. it's like a pothead's
It does sound
paradise. I'm not gonna lie. We went in there, we're like,
That
oh,
sounds
we need
good.
to be high being in here.
Oh, well,
So
guys,
Yeah?
keep talking for a second. I need to upload something
okay.
I mean, that's
while
not
we're
really hard to
talking.
do.
So, y'all
So,
keep talking.
Tomorrow's a special day. The XFL is playing its first game tomorrow.
Wait, the
Ooh.
XFL as in
The XFL, the wrestling company spinoff that went, into football years back and
I
just
thought
got brought
they
back
weren't-
again.
I thought they were.
The
So
Rock
did,
bought Vince McMahon out, and the first game is tomorrow.
Wait, who bought him out?
The Rock.
Really?
Is The Rock co-owned it with him? I mean, there's another couple co-owners, but like Rock is like
Well,
the
you-
face of it.
you
And it
have,
starts tomorrow. And then of course, Elimination Chamber is also tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that. I just want to for Sami Zayn because it's
Oh,
gonna be
same.
it's going to be a cool one because they're really not. I mean, not to get into the whole wrestling thing, but they're really doing the Roman Reigns thing right, so he can finally take a break and go,
Yeah.
heal up
Split
and
those
everything.
titles up and
Yeah, because I and another thing too. I know we were talking about in the back chats, but I really don't think they're gonna split those titles up. It's always gonna be the Universal's title now. They know where they're going with this.
no, I mean, there's always been the Universal and in WWE though. They are actually splitting them back up though.
You think
for
so?
sure. Oh, I know for a fact. They're definitely splitting them
Wait.
back up. Between here and WrestleMania, sometime between now and then, they'll be both split back up again because they're bringing too much talent that they made too many promises to get them back.
Yeah, that's
And you
true.
can't have two big belts and not use them because people get
But
pissed.
I do see Cody Rhodes is going to have the Universal title for
I think so, too.
a while. Then he's probably going to split it up. But I am hoping that Vince McMahon does not pull a Vince McMahon because he's back.
So he's back, but he kind of half stepped back again.
But you know
So
what? But
he's back.
still,
He's on the board, but he didn't resume all the stuff he did. But he already removed some people that he shouldn't.
you know
remove,
how
so.
he is. He has a chance of fucking things up with that. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Vince McMahon has made a ton of great decisions with wrestlers and stuff like that, and especially putting the belt on Roman Reigns for as long as it is cool. Because we haven't had a title being held like this. Well, since I think CM Punk was the last one who had it.
Well, not the main title, but like New Day held the tags for like an eternity.
CM Punk had it for about 300 or 400 days. I think so.
Yeah, it was
The
wild.
last one. That's just because he was super popular at the time. But
Oh yeah.
what he did with Roman Reigns though was great because he knew there was something here, and it finally like the the Samoan wrestlers and the family finally got their praise, you know.
Yeah, they
And
did.
this is why I know it's got to go to Cody Rhodes, because dude, you have to give the Rhodes family their praise
The
too.
speech he gave when he chose to wrestle, right after, or was it the Monday after Royal Rumble, where he said, I gotta go after against another royal bloodline to prove my bloodline is royal. Like, I was like, that
Yeah,
speech was gorgeous, man.
yeah.
That whole monologue was great.
He's I freaking love Cody Rhodes,
I
Dustin
never liked
Rhodes.
or disliked him, but that monologue like earned so much respect. I actually like him now. So
I liked him more when he finally said to uh to like Vince McMahon and all them, basically he's all, screw it, I'm gonna go do this over at AEW and become the main guy over here. And he brought, I would dare say he was at the forefront of making it what
oh, a
AEW is
million
now.
percent, a million
Yeah.
percent, and
And
it already started falling apart right
oh
before he
yeah,
left.
well, they messed up by
Apparently.
Yeah,
letting
that's
what's
big
his
time.
face CM Punk pull his shit that he always does.
Yep.
The politics and all this other stuff, they should never let that happen. They should have been like, no, you're gonna come here, you can be a real like punk rock guy and all this other stuff,
Yep.
but at the same time, your politics is not gonna go here, dude.
Nice.
And that's what they when Rhodes left, that's what happened.
So
Yep.
William says I met Big Show, Chris Jericho, and Rey Mysterio when I was stationed in Iraq.
I would love to meet Rey Mysterio and the Big Show. Chris Jericho, I don't know. I think I'd like to meet him. He
He's
seems
cool
like
as
a
shit.
down.
He's a super pompous asshole to a degree in real life too, but
That's
it
the rock star image.
right, exactly. But like if you really catch him backstage where he's like chilled, he's actually kind of a sweet guy,
Yeah.
man. Like really,
Isn't he
he really is.
I think he's a pothead too, right?
He's a pothead, yep, and he
Yeah.
travels with his band Fozzy, and I've seen Fozzy. I've seen him at a Fozzy concert and in wrestling.
I was never into
Like one of
Fozzy.
them.
I think that's the reason why I kind of like
He's
disliked
alright.
him at first. But then when I went back and watched his WCW stuff, I was like, oh, dude, because that was at the change when WWF took over WCW, and I was like really
Yep.
like pro WWF, and I was like, haha,
Raw
WCW got what they're
is
coming.
Jericho.
And then like I felt bad because I was like, wait a second, WCW really did have something here, It's just
Mhm.
they ate themselves alive, by
Yep, and now
yeah.
we're, almost entirely repeating the Ravens Flock storyline with the Bloodline, so
Yeah, I'm
yeah, I like
loving
it though, I
that.
like it though.
It's cool. I'm loving the Jay Wyatt stuff.
Hey,
I
Yeah.
like what they're gonna start with that. It looks so cool.
hey guys, if
So
this glitches right now, I apologize.
I don't know why we're
I'm
doing
just
prep here and bringing everything.
I'm adding something real fast. To
That's
play
why we're
later.
distracted.
I know.
Okay, cool. This will be the third ad. Okay.
That might not play too well, but okay.
We're gonna try because I couldn't get it up. It was too large of a video.
I'm
That's
sorry.
interesting.
I'm sorry it's too large. I can't help it. I'm kidding.
Hello.
Hi, Susan.
Hey.
So
Fuzzy.
tonight is part 2 after we don't have to fill space anymore.
Okay.
Tonight is part 2 of the Axeman of New Orleans, and we're still going through the victims.
Or if you're
And
over there, it's Nolan.
Nola.
Nolans.
There's a house down in New Orleans.
There's a house.
So
And we decided to bring
there is
Razzleberries on with us.
a house in New Orleans. It's called the Rising Sun.
I got really stoned last night.
And it's been the ruin of many a
so
poor
now.
boy.
And then I was like, Raz, you want to come
And
in
boy,
here?
I know I'm one.
I'm definitely one of those. Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. He got stoned last time. I was like, hey, Raz, you want to do this? And I'm stoned all the time. So I said, yeah. I miss
I
you.
only
So-
I have my edibles when I get home, and then that's that. And if I got to get work done and I got to have meetings with you guys, not that I have to. I mean, I get to do meetings with you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way, but then you're gonna have to deal with me
It's
stoned.
because you're not
constipated.
you're not prioritizing your strains and your terps, man. Like the Sour Diesel I got right now actually has given me energy and creativity. So
I like that. I don't know. I know I said in the chat, but that hand of God feeling when you're held, like you feel like you're being held there comfortably in bed. It's the best.
Okay,
It's the bee's
so
knees.
let's get into this.
Sorry.
When we stopped last week, we had stopped with talking about the victims, and we left off with Harriet Lowe, which was the 4th victim. We're going to start with the 5th victim, Anna Schneider. She was attacked in the early morning, early evening hours of August 5th, 1918. And she was 8 months pregnant. She was 20.
Yeah.
Oh man.
She was 28 years old.
Oh, she was an old lady,
From
is what you're saying at the time. Because
Elmira Street, awoke to find a dark figure standing over her and was bashed in the face repeatedly. Her scalp had been cut open, her face was completely covered in blood, and Mrs. Schneider was discovered after midnight by her husband, Ed Schneider. Wait, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, these are actually some common names, and this also plays against what they were saying before that he was specifically targeting Italian grocers and stuff like that.
Italians.
Yeah.
So, hold on. Gotta get back. He was returning late from work. Schneider claimed that she remembered nothing of the attack and gave birth to a healthy baby girl 2 days after the incident. Her husband told police that nothing was stolen from the home besides $6 or $7 that had been in his wallet. The windows and the doors of the apartment appear to have not been forced open. The authorities came to the conclusion that the woman was most likely attacked with a lamp that had been on the nearby table. James Gleason, who police said was an ex-con, was arrested shortly after Schneider was found. Gleason was later released due to a complete lack of evidence and stated that he originally ran from the authorities because he had so often been arrested. Lead investigators began to publicly speculate that the attack was related to the previous incidents involving Bessemer and Maggio, who were the previous victims that we had spoken about last week.
Yeah.
So now let's get on to victim number 6, Joseph Romano. He was an elderly man living in his home with his 2 nieces, Pauline and Mary Bruno. On August 10th, 1918, Pauline and Mary awoke to the sound of a commotion in the adjoined room where their uncle resided. Upon entering the room, the sisters discovered that their uncle had taken a serious blow to his head, which resulted in 2 open cuts. The assailant was fleeing the scene as they arrived, yet the girls were able to distinguish that he was dark-skinned, heavy-set, and wore a suit and a slouched hat. Romano, although seriously injured, was able to walk to the ambulance once it arrived, yet died 2 days later due to the severe head trauma. That was a tough old man.
Yeah, they built them differently back
Big
then.
time.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you that right now because
Ford tough.
I literally don't like to get up and walk around. I probably would just laid there and be like, this is it.
So
I'm
like
done.
I'm weird.
Get
Like
back
if
to
I'm
the
up and
world.
someone's like, let's walk around and explore it, I'll be like, cool. If I'm already up. And I'll do anything. I'll walk for hours. I don't care. But if I'm like chilled out and someone's like, let's go for a walk, I'm just like,
You know,
oh,
that is how I am. I'm not gonna lie. That's it. If I'm in motion, like if I get off from work, I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. We're gonna go do whatever we can. But the minute I take my shoes off and sit down,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
done.
done. Same. Yep. That's what it's the shoes, man.
The shoes,
Yep.
it's also the edibles and food.
Oh, I'm always on an edible or flour or something. That's always the case, right? I don't know. I'm not sure I could live for very long without it actually at this point.
I know we're squirreling off here for a second, but I was thinking about the other day. I was like, I cut back drinking like so much, like a lot, to the point where it's like, yeah, I might have a couple beers once a month now. But then I was thinking about, I was like, but I did replace one addiction with another addiction. Now I'm just having edibles every night, but there's like little repercussions about it,
And you're doing like no damage to your body except for the
Yes.
sugary parts of what you're eating.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
yeah.
Well, aside from the sugar that's in the edibles and stuff like that, but
Speaking of, can I ask you a few questions?
yes.
See what I did there?
And an Axe body spray us. Wouldn't that be crazy? There was an Axe body spray murderer of New Orleans. Like he just went around hacking people to bits who smelled
That
like Axe body
sounds
spray.
like a good comedy horror
I'm-
short story to
I
me.
think we
I'm
could do
down for this.
Let's film
At
it.
work, I swear to God,
Oh,
people either bathe in Axe or wear zero deodorant. So
That's
they smell
gym
like
life right
either
there.
rotten tacos or you gag from the amount of Axe they sprayed on themselves.
That's gym
I
life
got
right
it.
there.
Like, so the killer stalks his victim. They pop out of nowhere, spray them in the eyes like mace, and eyes and mouth with the axe, and then they gut them. Like, it's a razor sharp like shiv knife, just right in the gut and off to the side.
Yeah, but
They're blinded by the
who's
axe.
like built up a resistance to that? Like junior high kids.
I was
right
gonna say all
there.
teenage boys everywhere.
All teenage boys, right?
Yeah, I think I was like in my mid to late teens or something when the axe was like very first starting to hit the scene.
Not my thing. dude.
Yeah, that was me. And then like I was like,
I didn't drown
Why-
in it, but I
You
wore it.
realize that it's not deodorant. and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, but I religiously like take 2 or 3 showers a day, but even especially back then, I was like, I have to be clean. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
okay,
All right, let's get back into this.
we're done talking Axe Body. Okay.
So let me get back over here. Boop, 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 boop.
Hey, Artemis.
Oh, hey Artemis,
Hey, Artemis.
what's up? All right, so the home had been ransacked, yet no items were stolen from Romano. Authorities found a bloody axe in the backyard and discovered that a panel on the back door had been chiseled away. The Romano murder created a state of extreme chaos in the city, with residents living in constant fear of the Axeman attack. Police received a slew of reports in which citizens claimed to have seen an Axeman lurking in New Orleans neighborhoods. A few men even called to report that they found axes in their backyards. What did I just do?
What happened?
There we go.
Oh,
Uh,
I was like, you got
John
quiet for a second.
John D'Antonio, a then retired Italian detective, made public statements in which he hypothesized that the man who had committed the Axeman murders was the same who had killed several individuals in 1911.
And he'll kill again.
The retired detective cited similarities in the manner by which the two sets of homicides had been committed as reason to assume that they had been conducted by the same individual. D'Antonio described the potential killer as an individual of dual personalities who killed without motive. This type of individual, D'Antonio stated, could very easily have been a normal, law abiding citizen who was often overcome by an overwhelming desire to kill. He later went on to describe the killer as a real life Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Shelby, hello.
Shelby, hey.
How you
Also,
feeling? Hope
I
you're feeling well.
saw. Hello. I did see Raven in here earlier. Sorry for not saying hi because I don't know why the comments didn't come up.
Oh, Raz froze.
Yep. Sorry. That
There's
was
two
weird.
Razzles.
Yeah, that was so weird. Like,
You know
Hi,
what?
Raven.
Wait, did
hey,
we?
Raven.
I thought we were like kind of like saying. I thought he said something to you that you kind of agreed with for a second too, and I was like, oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, and that was
Raz
a
agrees
weird
with
freeze,
me.
man. That was such a weird freeze.
I'm just gonna.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
Why?
Wait, yeah, okay, there you go.
I'm just kicking that one so this one stays, and there's no weird echo that happens.
Yeah.
Echo.
Because God, the world can't
Yes,
handle one of
these
me. Let
are
alone
actually
two.
based on real events. This is a real
Yes.
thing. Hey, Pumpkin, how are you?
Hello.
Pumpkin.
Yes. Do you have a twin?
I think the world would just be like, okay, I'm done. The whole world would just be like, nope.
We're done. We're out.
I don't know. I think we could do this. I mean, if there's a twin, if Raz has a twin, then I definitely have a twin.
Yeah, and then the whole world is definitely fucked.
Right.
They're just like really good. They're really savvy businessmen versions of us,
Right?
like straight edge and everything like that. Don't even and absolutely hate wrestling.
There was a Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler movie where there was two sets of twins. What was that one called? It's like an old
I
movie.
don't know.
I don't know. I was thinking.
I'll
I was
remember the
thinking of
name
Arnold
of it. It's like
Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
My dad
twins.
and I
Yeah,
were
that's
literally
twins.
just talking about that out there.
Fucking, I love that
Because I
one.
discovered that somebody's finally shorter than me, and it's Danny DeVito.
Oh, I love that one. But then I also hate. I can't stand Junior. That movie is absolutely the worst movie of all time.
I just
But
watched
it's
both
worth
of
watching
those
every once
back
in
to
a while
back
'cause it's so
recently.
dumb.
I
Like
can't
a
even
couple weeks
fathom
ago.
watching that. I'm sorry, Raz. Go ahead.
I hadn't watched it for decades. Then we watched that and Twins like back to back, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Now I remember why I don't watch Junior. But I
I
need to watch
hate
Twins more often.
it. Creeps me out. I don't know what it is about it. It's just absolutely creepy. Just and
This
it's
is not a Duma.
it's the whole
Kindergarten Cop's
Schwarzenegger
awesome.
Schwarzenegger being like pregnant and going, oh yeah, give me my baby, and it's like that the whole time. Like, oh yeah, get away from me.
I keep waiting him to go into the baby back ribs in that movie.
Yeah.
How are you
That was
feeling?
pre-jingle.
Sorry.
I hope you're feeling all right. I know you were having kidney issues.
Oh,
that
yeah.
sucks,
Sorry to
man.
hear
I'm sorry to hear
that.
Okay, so 27 minutes in,
So
the
let's
edible
start.
really kicked in.
I'm gonna start showing a few ads, and the last one is gonna be a bit of a weird way to do it, just because I couldn't upload it properly. So we're gonna go to commercial real fast.
Yes.
I say real fast, but it's gonna be more like a 5-minute thing. So if you guys gotta pee, go get a beer, whatever.
Or stay and watch our commercials.
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
No, I mean, we prefer you did, but please don't leave.
Take your computer with you if you're gonna go like get a beer.
All right. You guys are in for a treat, by the way.
Wait, what?
You guys are in for a treat with this one.
Okay.
We'll
I
be
haven't
back.
seen.
Yeah.
Hello, all you beautiful people out there. It's your boy Sleepy. And when I'm not guzzling down gallons and gallons of amazing ice cream, yes, oh, I love ice cream. Oh, hang on. I'm watching PBDC TV. Now, back to the show, all you beautiful people. And remember, stay nasty. You are found guilty of witchcraft. You are found guilty. You are found guilty. Witchcraft. You are found guilty.
book you are about to read details the tragedy that befell the small town of Riverside, Ohio in 1985. For its residents, an idyllic fall evening at the annual Founders Day Festival became a nightmare. After the accidental death of a local woman, Riker Jenkins was forced to enter a world of death and all-consuming madness. What followed led to the discovery of perhaps the most bizarre series of events in Ohio history. Despite the ongoing investigation of the 30-year murder spree that followed, the police remain baffled. While eyewitness accounts claim to have seen a suspicious mind looking near the scenes of various murders, no suspect was ever apprehended. On the anniversary of her mother's death, Samantha Boone will be forced to face an otherworldly evil with the help of her closest friends and local police chief, John Romero. Together, they will work to uncover the truth as they learn that death isn't black and white. Can Riker Jenkins escape the evil that has consumed him? Or will he remain trapped in the invisible box of eternity? When no one can hear you scream, silence is crimson.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
Hey.
All right. So in the future, I will spread those apart. But this was the first glimpse that we had of any of those, which is
That was
amazing.
I was in love with all of it.
Yeah, it was good.
Also, buy our shit.
Buy her shit. Oh, was the Clutch of Personality in that?
Yeah.
Okay,
it
cool.
was.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Father Grime was in that. I'm so excited about that
that's
too,
rad.
man.
That
Yeah.
was so rad. Okay, so yeah, in the future I'll be spacing those out, but tonight we're hitting that hour mark and having to go.
Yeah.
But I was able to pee.
I made a sandwich. I had a couple drinks.
Oh yeah. I just want to point out that very 80s slasher book promo trailer that I made was
I loved it.
It was cool.
So
my Texas Chainsaw voiceover.
a lot of times most of our shows do go a lot longer than 1 hour.
We're only at a half hour right now.
Obviously, that's
Oh.
why I did it halfway through. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah, I know. So like when I'm doing Akya Chit Chat or anything like that, I would probably space those out quite a bit more. But because we're only running we're only running a 1 hour show tonight, I just kind of went and clumped them
Now
in.
we're running a 1 hour and 10-minute show tonight.
Yeah, probably. However long it takes to get through this shit.
It was worth it. It was worth it. Seriously,
It
those
was
were
fantastic.
all those promos were beautifully made. They were fantastic.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm
Exciting.
stoked. I'm absolutely stoked. It got me pumped up for it. So
It's like
this
comparing
season, guys, this season.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
big one.
Ooh, calm down there.
This was awesome.
It's
That
gonna
was
be so
awesome.
great this
Thank you.
season.
I like
Watch
that
our
she's that
stuff.
excited
Buy
about
our
that.
shit.
I was already excited. That makes me even more excited.
Look, brother.
Look, bro.
Take your vitamins and say your prayers.
And I went. Psst.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, so
all right.
let's talk about victim number 7, Charles Cortamiglia.
That's a mouthful.
You notice how it just rolled off my tongue?
You notice how you just skated to that thin line of getting us banned? I'm just kidding.
How?
I'm just messing around. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to say Cortamiglia?
Hey, what are you doing like on a pizza?
Wow.
Cortamiglia. Hey, I'm Sicilian. I can do this.
And
I
I'm
approve.
married to a
I approve.
Sicilian.
He's Sicilian too. So
I
we all
approve.
got this. Cortamiglia.
Well, you don't look at the antipasta.
Charles
Hey,
Cortamiglia.
what you doing in my
Spaghetti,
bedroom?
meatball.
Oh my goodness, why are you here?
You know, bringing
What
the
are you
prosciutto. You know,
doing?
bringing the meatball. Why you got the axe in your
What do
hand?
you have on my
My God.
axe?
Oh no! Why you
And that
axing me in the
happened.
head?
That
Why
happened.
you
You guys
have
were
on my
present.
axe?
Hey, mama, what's going on here?
Why are you stabbing me?
Ma!
It's me, not Mario.
You don't talk about Joey. Joey was a good
He
boy.
was a good boy, oh, ma.
Joey was a crook, Ma. No way.
Oh my God, we're getting banned. Oh.
I'm gonna record a podcast you can't refuse.
It's okay. It's been 100 years. We can actually make fun of the victims now. They're gone.
I'm not making fun of the
I'm
victims.
kidding.
I'm referencing Family Guy per usual.
And I'm just doing what I always do.
Okay. Woo. Woo.
We had to get that out. I gotta get a little bit of this out every once in a while.
We had to get this bigotry out. We just had to do. I'm
It's
kidding.
not bigotry.
I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm
my
kidding.
heritage. Did you see the look on both of our faces? We're like,
Oh, I'm.
we're Sicilian.
Yeah.
You both just look at me right now. I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm German.
We can
Shit.
say that. You can't. I'm joking.
And of course, I'm over here going vaffanculo.
I was being. It was all hate from me and love from you guys. I'm kidding.
Puttano vaffanculo.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Can we cuss in Italian? Do we get away with that?
I fucking cuss all the time.
Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
Okay, so Charles Cortamiglia was born an Italian immigrant who lived with his wife, Rosie, and infant daughter, Mary, on the corner of Jefferson Avenue and 2nd Street in Gretna, Louisiana, a New Orleans suburb across the Mississippi River. On the night of March 10th, 1919, screams were heard coming from the Cortamiglia residence. Grocer Lorlando Giordano rushed across the street to investigate. Upon his arrival, Giordano noticed that Charles Cortamiglia, his wife, and their daughter had all been attacked by an unknown intruder. Rosie stood in the doorway with a serious head wound, clutching her deceased daughter. You know what we didn't do, guys?
We didn't put the warning up. There's some fun stuff we're about to talk about.
Guys, trigger warning, this gets really brutal. And you know what? Let's just do this, even though it's the middle of the show. Under the fair use, another author may make limited use of the original author's work without asking permission pursuant to 17 U.S. Code 107, certain use of copyrighted material for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright.
Can you bring up the bottom picture real fast? The very bottom one. There's Orion from Behemoth for you guys. Just to let you guys know. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Igor, if you're watching, here you go. Hey, gotcha.
That was fucking awesome.
One of our buddies in Poland is friends with him, so knows him.
All right, back to the.
Was it a mafia hit? Maybe. Maybe.
All right. Okay, we really got to get on because I'm about to do it again.
How can you forget that? Yeah, because we did it in the original episode, and this is episode 2.
What did we do? Oh,
all the warnings?
I forgot.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So she was holding her deceased baby.
Hey, my niece is here.
Hey,
Hey.
Alicia, what's up?
What's up?
So this is where it gets brutal.
Sorry.
Charles lay on the floor, bleeding profusely. The couple was rushed to Charity Hospital, where it was discovered that both had suffered skull fractures. Nothing was stolen from the house, but a panel on the back door had been chiseled away from the house. And a bloody axe was found on the porch of the home. Charles was released 2 days later, while his wife remained in the care of doctors. Upon gaining full consciousness, Rosie made claims that Lorlando Giordano and his 18-year-old son Frank were responsible for the attacks.
Yeah,
Damn
they do
it,
some,
Frank.
the guy's named Frank, man. They do
Yeah.
some fucked up shit sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
That
Fuck
might
those
be
guys.
Orlando.
Orlando.
I'm not even-
Start. Let's not start.
No, I'm not lying because I keep calling it Lorlando, but I realize it's not a capital L. So it's Orlando.
Oh, it's like saying tortillas. Like the two L's make a yeah.
No, it's Orlando.
Oh, okay.
A 69-year-old man was in too poor of health to have committed these crimes. And then Frank Giordano, more than 6 feet tall and weighing over 200 pounds, would have been too large to fit through the panel on the back door.
That's not true, man.
Big.
I mean, like I can get in some pretty tight places, you know, then get stuck. But I can do it.
Like the back seat of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, it's real like the most uncomfortable place. Well, like the back of a Volkswagen. Well, did he
He
come
always
or what?
likes to do it in the
There's
most
some things you just don't talk
uncomfortable
about.
places.
Jesus, Phil.
God.
Oh, I love you too, Shelby.
So Charles Cortimiglia vehemently denied his wife's claims, yet police nonetheless arrested the two and charged them with murder. The men would later be found guilty. Frank was sentenced to hang, and his father life in prison. Charles Cortimiglia divorced his wife after the trial because of that. Almost a year later, Rosie announced that she had falsely accused the two of jealousy, out of jealousy and spite. Her statement was the only evidence against the Giordanos, and they were released from jail shortly thereafter.
Yeah, it was. That was the one thing I was reading about. That I was about to say it, and I was like, no, be quiet. Don't interrupt.
So Rosie Cortimiglia was the wife of Charles Cortimiglia. She was attacked alongside her husband on March 10th, 1919, while sleeping with her baby in her arms. She was badly wounded by the axeman, but survived the incident. Mary Cortimiglia was 2 and was the daughter of the two of them. She was killed while sleeping in her mother's arms with a single blow to the back of the head when she and her parents were attacked on March 10th, 1919.
How evil do you have to be? I don't know. That's just so.
That's
fucked up.
horrible.
Yeah, dude, that's completely fucked.
It's completely fucked. So Steve Boca, a grocer, was attacked in his bedroom as he slept by an axe-wielding intruder on August 10th of 1919. Boca awoke during the night to find a dark figure looming over his bed. Upon regaining consciousness, Boca ran to the street to investigate the intrusion and found that his head had been cracked open. The grocer ran to the home of his neighbor, Frank Janusa, where he lost consciousness and collapsed. Nothing had been taken from the home, yet once again, a panel on the back door had been chiseled away. Boca recovered from his injuries, but could not remember the details of the trauma. This attack took place after the emergence of the infamous Axeman letter.
Yeah, which actually they did think that the letter itself was actually not from the Axeman; it was just from some random person.
Yeah. Sarah Lauman was attacked on the night of September 3rd, 1919. Neighbors came to check on the young woman who had lived alone and broke into the home when she didn't answer. They discovered the 19-year-old laying unconscious in her bed, suffering from a severe head injury and missing several teeth. The intruder had entered the apartment through an open window and attacked the woman with a blunt object. A bloody axe was discovered on the front lawn of the building. Lauman recovered from her injuries, yet couldn't recall any of the details from the attack.
Isn't it the weird thing with an axe is it's both like blunt force trauma and what's the other trauma? Like it's like all that at once because it's just a huge
Yeah,
huge weapon. Yeah, I couldn't think what the other what it was called, but yeah,
I get what you mean.
it's a real hack and crush.
yeah, it's a club. It's like it's basically like a club and a blade.
So
Yeah.
now we're talking about the 12th victim, Mike Pepitone. He was attacked on the night of October 27th, 1919. His wife was awakened by a noise and arrived at the door of his bedroom just as a large axe-wielding man with a was fleeing the scene. Mike Pepitone had been struck in the head and was covered in his own blood. Blood splatter covered the majority of the room, including a painting of the Virgin Mary. Mrs. Pepitone, the mother of 6 children, was unable to describe any of the characteristics of the killer. The Pepitone murder was the last of the alleged Axeman attacks.
That's it.
So there's other references here. Pop culture. In 1919, a local tune writer, Joseph John Davila, wrote the song The Mysterious Axeman's Jazz, Don't Scare Me, Papa. And it was published by New Orleans-based World's Music Publishing Company. The cover depicted a family playing music with frightened looks on their face.
Wow.
The 1945 book Gumbo Yaya, a collection of Louisiana folk tales, includes a chapter on the Axeman entitled Axeman's Jazz, which helped spark renewed interest in the murders. The book also reproduced the cover of that music sheet from 1919. An Australian rock band, Beasts of Bourbon, released an album in 1984 called The Axeman's Jazz. Writer Julie Smith used a fictionalized version of the Axeman events in her 91 novel, The Axeman's Jazz. Wow, that seems to be a very...
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh, I like this one. The sarcasm I hope you actually got. Yeah, poor baby. I know. Let me get back to it real fast. The Axeman's killings are also referred to in a short story, Mussolini and the Axeman's Jazz.
What the hell?
Poppy Z. Bright, published in 1997. In Chuck Palahniuk's
Oh,
2005 novel
That's a fun one.
Haunted, the Axeman is mentioned in Sister Vigilante's short story. 2007, a song Death Jazz by Las Vegas progressive rock band 1 Ton Project parallels the
Right.
story of the Axeman. A sentence from the Axeman's letter to the Times is spoken at the beginning of a song by Fila Brasilia, Tunstall, and Californian Haddock. Christopher Farnsworth, his novel Red, White, and Blood centers on a murderous spirit called the Boogeyman, which has inhabited numerous bodies throughout history, and this does include the Axeman of New Orleans. That's a cool that book seems really cool.
That is awesome.
So Ray Celestin's 2014 novel, The Axeman's Jazz. Wow, can they get more creative with the name, please?
Yeah.
Is a fictionalized version of the Axeman of New Orleans case. And this is one that I wanted to get to. American Horror Story Coven.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. I'm glad you did.
Yep. The
was a good depiction.
Axeman Cometh. It was a fantastic episode.
It's beautiful.
I loved that episode. And
that actor that played him.
Yeah, Danny Houston. Yeah.
Houston. It's one of the two.
Yeah. The Axeman is mentioned in season 3, episode 5, and season 4, episode 6 of the originals. The Axeman is portrayed by Hildred Rex, or in Hildred Rex's story, a slinking agent of the devil at 3 a.m. Opus 1 of the dark fiction anthology, The Egg. My favorite murder, a true crime podcast that we listen to quite often, actually, actually covered the story of the Axemen in their 60th episode entitled Jazz It.
Nice.
Last podcast on the left covered the Axemen as part of their first episode on unsolved serial murders titled Unsolved Serial Murders Part 1, The Phantom, the Axe, and the Torso. Stuff You Missed in History Class did a 2-part ministries on the ministries. God, I can't talk. Guys, I've been up since 2 a.m.
Ministries.
Mini-series, rather, on the Axeman, in which they toyed with the idea of the murderous acts having begun prior to 1918, which we talked about already.
Oh yeah.
More likely being 1911. And to be honest, it could have been even earlier than that. And he wasn't getting recognition, so he started doing more and making himself more prevalent. Unsolved Murders, a true crime podcast, did a 3-part miniseries on the Axeman of New Orleans, ending with their opinions of who the hosts think were responsible. And that's why we drink, a paranormal and true crime podcast, did an episode on the Axeman on its 39th episode, A Girl Named German and La La Land 1.5. And that refers to the fact that people believe that he came out to California. And that the wife of the final victim was also in California.
Gotcha.
Which has been talked about. And they were saying that there's no proof of anybody by the names that they are saying that the Axeman can be.
Right.
By that name. And also that the wife of that final victim, Pepitone, was never here in California. So on the 13th, Eyes Regan released the song Axeman, who tells of the crime, I guess. That was a weird way to phrase that. BuzzFeed Unsolved, a YouTube series that delves into unsolved true crime cases and the supernatural, explored stories and theories regarding the Axeman in their season 2, episode 1, The Terrifying Axeman of New Orleans. Alan G. Gouthro, author and historian, presented a comprehensive profile of the Axeman murders in his book, Italian Louisiana, History, Heritage, and Tradition, published in 2014. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, a news satire program, mentioned the Axeman in episode 13 of season 6, titled Medical Devices. John Oliver gave a brief history of the Axeman after showing a deploy sales team celebrating their success numbers for a hip device, which would later be recalled. The celebration was Mardi Gras themed and included somebody dressed up as the Axeman. A lot of people don't like this band, but I actually like this band. So Squirrel Nut Zippers.
I love Squirrel Nut Zippers.
I do too. I really
That's my
do.
life.
I love Squirrel Nut Zippers, but they're considered to be a swing revival band, right?
Yeah, big
They
time.
released a song called Axeman Jazz Don't Scare Me Papa. It was a cover, obviously. It was their cover of that song from 1919. And it was on their 2018 album Beasts of Burgundy.
Nice.
Which is also a nod to the other band that covered it, Beasts of Bourbon.
Huh.
And so
I like that.
Yeah, they did a nod to several people. The virtual reality game, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, multiple references to the Axeman can be found. A character references him in dialogue, and the special axe can be found in a safe with the phrase, "The Axeman cometh," on the side. There is a reference to him liking jazz as well as his famous quote from the infamous letter, which is used to describe the special axe that can be found, is known as the Esteemed Mortal. The Axeman's first physical appearance in the game is actually in Chapter 2, Retribution.
Nice.
And then finally, the 2022 YA horror novel Don't Go to Sleep by librarian Bice Moore
Don't go to
blends
sleep.
a fictionalized account with real facts, such as victim names, crime scenes, locations, and the letter from the Axeman to the press. But he also goes in and makes it his own and does his own speculation. And you can't have a novel that's just the same shit over and over again.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, you can, but it's going to be boring. So, new renditions, new speculative writing that is technically fictional, but you know what? It's all speculation. Maybe he's right.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was that damn Sasquatch.
What's up, Corbin?
Hey, Corbin.
Corbin,
Missed your
what's up,
commercial,
brother?
dude.
You missed your commercial. You
Yeah.
can play it again.
It was a great,
You
it's a
know
great
what?
commercial, man.
We're on our way out.
I was
So-
going to actually ask
What?
Raz real fast. What'd you think of Michael Keaton reprising his role? Did you see the preview?
Man.
Oh,
Am I
He had
gonna
me.
go to sleep?
He had me at I'm Batman.
I was like, oh,
Dude,
yes.
in the outfit, like looking him direct in the face and even hearing his voice, it didn't even seem like he aged. I thought I was back in the 80s all of a sudden.
I know it was crazy, right?
I'm
I
loving
was so fucking impressed,
that he's
man.
basically instead of just doing Thomas Wayne, they were like, no, we're just gonna go over here and do Batman.
Can
Yeah.
I
Michael
mention
Keaton.
there's that we were looking at a new Gamera movie,
Oh, it's not a new movie; it's the new show that's coming on Netflix.
a new show.
Oh yeah, the show.
And that series,
Series.
but
It
that
looks badass.
well, that was the teaser that actually came out like 10 or like 9 years ago,
whatever.
and then they finally got around to doing it and put
I'm
it up.
so excited because I
Yeah.
like Gamera.
I can't wait for
but-
that. I'm hoping they finally do Godzilla Singular Point 2.
I also
Season
like
2. I mean,
the
that's a good one.
MST3K Gamera. Because I like singing Gamera is made of meat. Gamera's a tasty treat. We've
like
been
turtles.
eating Gamera.
That's awesome.
All
That's-
right.
That's fucking epic.
That's gonna be stuck in your head all night too.
It
You're
is.
gonna be sleeping there, and
I'm gonna find it and send it
you're
to
gonna
you.
be sleeping and be like, "Gamera is made of meat."
Oh, yeah.
God damn it!
Why? Just breathing heavy and they're like, Raz, what's wrong? And you're like, damn Gamera song. It never ends.
I'll be like
It's
pale
okay,
for the first time
Corbin.
in my entire life, just curled up into a ball, just shaking. Like,
And it's all because of Tom Sorbo.
Which one was Tom
Servo.
Sorbo? Servo. Which one was
just
that?
say Servo, yeah.
I mean, that the
Crow
other
is my
Tom's
hero,
related
though.
to Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo.
Hercules.
I was about
Hercules.
to do the same thing. It's epic.
Oh shit.
That was fucking awesome, man.
Oh. Okay, so when I was a kid, I used
Oh,
to watch
like-
a whole lot of like Xena and Hercules.
When I was a kid, I
Basically-
still
all the
rewatch those all the time.
crossovers. Yeah.
Basically
okay.
anything Sam Raimi directed and
Any-
produced back
yeah,
then. It was
basically.
so
Yeah,
good.
But
right.
it was funny 'cause-
Briscoe County Jr. was
because
amazing.
my mom would
I love
watch
that
it
show.
too. And I remember one time my mom sleep talking, sat up in bed, and she was like, and we were like, what is going on? She goes, I am Xena, warrior, princess. And we were like, oh, really?
Well, I mean,
Sure. Like, I just laid back down like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like
I woke up and Bobby Barberto
Roberto.
was in his tighty whities. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
What?
This took a weird turn.
Sorry, I think I needed to tell that. I need to tag Bobby in this too. Now that he was all sleeping memes on the floor, and I'm up on the bed. I'm like, what the fuck? It was like we were all drunk and everything like that.
Yeah, call him and be
we-
like, the ball, Bobby, the ball.
we totally did not sexually assault Bobby in any way, shape, or form.
Roberto.
Not at
We
all.
did not give him any roofies or anything like that because that is illegal to do.
But it's not illegal if he gives them to himself, though. Technically.
It's just we created a device. I'm sorry, I had to, that he gives it. That helps his arm gives it to himself. That's how we did it.
Yep, exactly. That makes it legal.
Ah,
I have so many like sleepwalking stories from other people. A more innocent time in my life. I was up at a camp during the summer.
Just one time in a cock camp.
Yeah.
That-
And
a cock cam.
and we'd all started waking up, we're getting up gradually. And this one girl, her name was Emily.
It's always an Emily.
Her name was Emily.
In-
She was still asleep. She was sawing logs. Like she was just having a good old dream. And there were two separate ones that I remember. One of them was the fish. The fish.
The clown has no penis.
No.
I'll kill you, Linda Nimoy.
No. My favorite was, look out, President Lincoln. He's behind you.
That reminds me of the time I woke up in the middle of the night. I was like 6 or 7 years old. No, I was younger than that. I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I was just standing out in the hallway, and I was gonna whip it out and pee in the hallway, but my mom came out and she ushers me to the bathroom, and I vaguely remember this. The next morning, I woke up and she tells me that I spoke to her specifically about Ronald Reagan for an hour while sitting on the toilet as a child, and I had this in-depth conversation with her about Ronald Reagan and how he likes to be called Ron. Like detail. No recollection of it, but apparently it happened.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite camp thing was, look out, President Lincoln, he's behind you. What the
President Lincoln's behind you?
No. Look out, President Lincoln.
Oh,
He's behind you.
got you. Oh, it was reenactment of the assassination attempt.
Yes!
Not
In
the
her
attempt.
sleep. She was like,
Success.
look out!
Was there Komodo dragons that came in?
There was time traveling involved. It was the whole thing.
There was a whole and we were like in, I don't know, 5th grade.
Then I feel like the next night you find her just like on one of those amphitheater stages, just acting, and you just like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "I'm putting on a play for President Lincoln."
And we're like, oh.
There's some issues here. We don't want to be in here for this. I'm gonna go outside.
Go out there and visit the bears.
The Bears.
The bears.
I'm just gonna get away from here. There's definitely something going on at your house that I want no part of.
You're gonna Lenny Kravitz the fuck out of there.
It was definitely interesting. This one, there was one night, I can't remember the entire conversation, but it involved him talking about the Navy.
Navy.
He had a full conversation.
Wait, who is this?
You.
Me?
Yep.
Wait, what?
All the
I
story.
wish I remembered this one. I don't remember what he was saying because I was kind of groggy and I woke up like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was like him talking about the Navy. And I was like, okay. But the best one is still him kicking me.
The Komodo dragons.
Because the Komodo dragons were attacking us in Eden. We were basically in Eden together, laying down under a tree, and all of a sudden we get attacked by Komodo dragons.
I was out there. They're like, but they had like war paint on, and they actually look kind of like Roman
Have you ever
soldiers
been power slammed in your sleep though?
On their 4 legs.
Yeah. All he heard was a booming voice going, "What the fuck?"
I'm in mid
God.
like
because
kick.
I was getting kicked.
3 years ago, I was sound asleep in a bed, sound asleep, and all of a sudden I hear all this ruckus. I open my eyes just in time to see Michelle flying down, to slam on top of me, middle of the night out of nowhere. And I reacted by doing this and grabbing her and slamming her. It was just not on purpose, just a reaction. And there's this much room between the bed and the wall. So she's half upside down, crumpled against there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm freaking out. And she's like, I don't know. I was having this dream. And this guy just reached his arm in the window and had a gun and pointed at you. I'm like, there's an air conditioner in that window. How could it be? But in her dream, it happened. And there was a body slam. I don't feel bad about it, but I did at the time.
Okay.
But she was okay.
I'll tell on myself.
I mean, she's been dropped on her head enough, so she's okay.
We were, we had watched 31. And, the more I think back about it, actually, the more I enjoyed it.
I liked it a lot.
I really
love
did like
31.
it.
Looks
At
like a third of
first-
my entire haunt character is basically Doomhead.
I love Doomhead, but I liked Sexhead, but I wish that her scene wasn't so much Flash.
Yeah.
You know, but
Especially-
so
what's her face is so hot in real life too.
yeah, oh definitely.
I can't think of her name.
But she's adorable too. Sexhead, Deathhead, like that whole scene was really
Yeah.
rad.
It was.
Doomhead, yeah, but like I fell asleep. We watched it and then I fell asleep. And honestly, the movie didn't scare me. Like I thought the movie was so rad, but I was laying on his chest, and he
Poor
has a
Running Man.
tendency of startling me a little bit when he moves.
Well,
And I was dead asleep, and I woke up all and he was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I'll kill you, little Nemo. There's cobras everywhere. What's going on? Hey,
I woke up ready to
Why
fight.
are
Like
you-
I was like, "What the fuck?"
why are you in the corner crying? Hexes. I'm blood just starts going down my nose, and I'm just all.
He was. I just remember him going, "What the fuck? Are you okay?" I'm like,
why are there so many cobras, babe? I don't know what's going on here. Go back to bed, sleepyhead.
he was like, "What the fuck? Are you okay?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah, no, totally fine."
oh, nothing beats the time I
I'm
got
gonna-
drunk
I'm
and
gonna
got
go back to
underneath the
sleep now.
covers. I got underneath the actual bed sheet naked.
Okay, let me tell my
It was-
side of this story.
We went from like
It's
talking
Sweet
about
Red
serial
After
killer
Dark.
who that's never been caught to talking about us doing
Let me
weird
tell
shit
my
in
side of
sleep.
this story because he's
Was
told
that
this
axe
side of the
handle
story before.
made of wood?
He so he drank a little extra that night, and
It's a scotch.
the night well, first it started with him laying upside down on the bed, and an
I remember
argument
this story.
ensued of why can't I get you to put your head on your pillow? Why are your feet on your? This is comfortable.
This is
No, it is not
I do vaguely
comfortable.
remember like hiding underneath the covers for a second when she was like, "Why are you laying that way?" I was like, "I'm in a different reality right now while I'm under the covers, and you can't talk to me." She's all, "What the fuck?"
And he refused. This was a good like hour
I'm in a
An
different
hour.
dimension.
that I could not get him to go the normal way. And by the way, this has happened multiple times. And so then I finally get him begrudgingly to lay back down, and he decided to pull the fitted sheet off of the bed and scooch his ass under it. And I was going, "What the hell are you doing?" "I'm getting under the sheets. I'm getting in the bed." I'm like, "But why are you getting under that bed? That
You
sheet?"
make me sound like your mom.
And I was like, "Why are you under that sheet?" I'm getting in bed. God.
So then,
And then he wakes up in the morning and
No.
looks at me and goes,
no, it was not in the morning. It was like
Said he was
literally,
pulling a
like,
Jay Bilzerian and just fucking the mattress. That's
Well,
was
what
like
was really going
literally
on.
like
wakes up and goes, "Why am I under the fitted sheet?" And I said, "I don't fucking know."
Like I came
You
to, I
argued
came
with
to
me.
consciousness. I remember going. I was like, I wouldn't. I was like, I love you. I would never argue with you. Just all, you were so argumentative about being underneath the being upside down in the bed and then under the sheets.
I'm always hurting Oddfather by accident. He's accidentally abused.
Accidental. Want to throw him in there.
I was like, I would never argue with you over this. I was like, why didn't you just tell me to get in bed? She's, I've been trying for 2 hours.
The worst part is I had to go to sleep. Like now. But oh. But yeah. So there you go. We finished the Axeman.
So
By the way, Shelby. Yes, next week.
okay.
Mother de la Mort is back.
Yay.
She said she missed seeing Odd Mother live. I said next week.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying. And I was like, yay, as in cool. She's back.
And I'm gonna make a couple announcements on my show real fast because this next week is going to be jam packed with Akia Chit Chat. You're gonna be sick of me by the end of the week. if you're not sick of me already. But the wonderful Vice Versa will be on Monday.
Oh, I love her so much.
She's amazing. And then on Tuesday, Nether with her guest Wednesday, as well as Valkyrie will be on. And on Wednesday, we have Mr. Slippy.
Yay, Slippy.
We were going to have Wizzo on, but unfortunately, we didn't realize that we had a clash in things that we already had planned. You know, both of us
Schedule.
Schedule clashing. Yeah, I've been up since 2:30.
Oh,
Okay,
you're good. I got your back.
thank you.
I'm here with the words.
Find the words for me. I will give you. You be my thesaurus.
Good.
And so it will be Slippy, which I'm super excited about.
I love Slippy,
And,
man.
Like, yeah. Oh, thank you. And so, like, this is going to be great. And just in case we haven't said it, go to scurryface.com and vote for your favorite characters. There are some amazing characters this week, and next week is going to be even more brutal. This week is very brutal for me because I have so many people that I love and I love seeing, and they're all in there. And next week it's going to be the same thing, and I'm going to cry. And so we got this.
We're almost to the end of round one, though. Like,
yes,
we're getting close to that. I just want to. I haven't said this out loud in a while, but Team Pterodactyl.
Now next round, you guys might be going against yourselves.
We might.
But I'm working on some videos already, man. New makeup,
I gotta start
all kinds of shit right now.
So the ads will be out tomorrow. But so yeah, this week is gonna be jam packed.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited.
And Thursday.
Thursday is what?
You can't sit with us. We start
the
recording
podcast.
again. I was trying to say all that. But
Thursday's the podcast. You Can't Sit With Us is back.
7 p.m. Western, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And remember, Friday, Mother Day the Moment Horror Gallery is going to be there.
Okay. You keep talking over me on that.
Actually, she's below you, so she's talking under you is what's happening.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's a height differential occurring here, so science.
So we're actually going to be taking on our namesake for the first episode, which is Apple White. That we have not done that yet, and it's really gonna kick off right there. It's gonna be great.
We back.
Yep.
I know. I want to go watch that movie. We're back. You know, the cartoon one with the dinosaurs.
I know. Yeah, with the dinosaurs.
Or you just go watch dinosaurs and cry.
No,
love
that gets
that
too
movie.
depressing, though. The dinosaur, in the TV show, because dinosaurs gets really depressing later.
Oh yeah, when you realize what's going on.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah,
Henry Sinclair.
I don't know.
Sinclair's at the end of the table.
We gotta go.
I was gonna show off Sinclair.
I don't know where it's at.
It's shiny. You can see it. This is Sinclair.
Nice. I have a
But of
dinosaur
course-
with the name Stefan.
But of course, I was like, I feel good. Na, 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 na. No me, big feet. I feel good. Okay,
I love Robin Williams, man.
I miss him so much.
I actually just picked up Death of Smoochie to watch again here soon. My favorite movie of his.
You know which one I watched the day that he passed first, which was out of the strangest out of all of them for me, because like it should have been like Fern Gully, but Birdcage.
Oh, I love Birdcage too. That movie's fucking great. Him and
Such
Nathan
a great
Lane, man.
movie. It's so underrated as far as his movies go.
Oh, it is.
And I mean, it's an amazing movie. And for some reason, that was the first one I decided to watch the day he passed.
Yeah.
After I sat there crying for a couple hours.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
But yeah, on that sad note,
Suck it.
suck it. Yeah. Have a wonderful night,
Yay.
guys. Bye.
See you guys later.